All right. Well, that was a thing of beauty. So, for a defensive guy, I was. But, no, very proud of our effort. It's great to get a victory. It was nice to see our team fight through adversity. It wasn't easy. We had to dig in. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. And to come away with a victory. So, very proud. It was a group effort. Appreciate the great support by our fan base. We felt it. There was great energy in the stadium today.
Talk about the beauty from the defensive side. How much fun was that for you, at least on that side of the ball, to watch those guys do what they did?
It was good. It was a lot of fun. I felt like the guys played hard and they played very hungry, like we talked about all week. But we were also on point with things, with different shifts, motions, different pressures that we had to audible to certain sets, and we were on the money. And they executed well and played with great desire. So you put that together, and you're always going to have a great chance. So I felt like it was really good that way.
Mark, are they ahead of schedule in that regard? From the time you broke fall camp through these first 4 games, defense surprising you at all?
Well, no, I wouldn't say surprising. We expect them to play well. You know, we have a chance to be good in all phases. We know we're not overwhelmingly great in any phase, but if we play together and all sides play to our capabilities, we have a chance to win a lot of games. If we don't, then we won't. You know, that's like a lot of teams. So we have to put it together. We felt like, you know, we had some ingredients to have a good defense, and so I just like the way they've been preparing, the way they've been practicing, and you know, you have to play on edge defensively or you'll get embarrassed. And so, well, I think the ingredients, we have a couple, you know, good D linemen, you know, that are good, really good players, and it's always good to start with them. And I feel like even the inside guys that haven't had much experience have played very tough and doing a very good job inside. And Bud and Z are getting good pressure and doing a lot of good things on the edges. We're getting better and better at linebacker. You know, the one long run today, the 28-yard gain, we just got a little eager at linebacker and ran out of our gap, and that comes to that balance with doing too much or too little again, you know, because they present some different problems with big sets, and for the most part, we were on point with that, but we messed that one up.
Mark, are you continuing to coach them up on the interceptions?
Yeah, absolutely. Been working on that. But it comes with pressure, and it comes with good team defense. And you know, we're getting more and more playmakers. Even Marcus Mick Wilson's was a big play on 4th down, and that was really good for him because that was a little thing that he did within that scheme that made that play. And those are the details that we need to continue to work on. And it was good for him to have that success because he's pressuring unless he gets a certain protection. And then he dropped out and he knocked it down and got the pick. And those are little things that we're executing better.
Mark, you talk about Toles and his ball security or lack thereof?
Yeah. I mean, he got to hold on to it. You know, that can't happen. You know, that's frustrating. We'll get it fixed. It's you know, I could tell. You know, we just got to do a better job of keeping his hands dry. I could tell just shaking his hand coming off the field. They were very wet, and we got to do a better job, and he's got to do a better job protecting the football. He wasn't getting rid of it as quick as he normally does. Even when he wasn't slipping, he was sitting back there a little too long, looking around a little too indecisive today. And he was off a little bit for him. He didn't play as well as he did in the first 3 games, and that's where other aspects of your team have to step up and help out. Patrick will play good next week, and he'll get those things fixed.
Did you sense what it meant to the older guys that hadn't won an SEC game?
It meant a lot. I think they were excited, you know, because like we talked about in the locker room, things very rarely unfold like the script is supposed to go, you know, and so for us to turn the ball over like that and you know, muff the punt late and just a bunch of silly things that we can't do, that we got to get fixed. But to hang in there and win is gratifying for the whole team.
Because the defense was playing so well, did that impact the play calling in the second half? That, you know, they were winning the game, just don't do anything to...
It did, and certainly. You know, when you make a few mistakes and things, you know, the whole group loses a little confidence, and you have to find another way to win the game. Sometimes, you know, the quarterback and in offensively or defensively, whatever it is, you're not going to be perfect that day. So it was good to see the defense step up.
Coach, how's it feel to get the first SEC win in 3 years?
Yeah, again, I've only been here one year and one game. Okay, so that 1 year was long. And so let's not talk about that anymore, all right? I'm proud of the group. I am proud for the victory, and really for the fans and the people. I said when I got here in my press conference that it was going to take a big commitment by a lot of people. And a lot of people have bought in. A lot of people are doing a lot of good things. Our fans, our administration, our team, so that feels good to deliver for them, and we hope to continue. And we're also proud of the fact that we played 2 SEC games this year and gave ourselves a chance to win both.
Mark, was that the start? I mean, you had an expanded role for Boone today. You envision even more for him than what you...
We'll see. You know what else is great is there were some things in there for Boone to get the ball and a few of the other backs. And a guy like JoJo wasn't getting the touches early, and some of the other guys were. And early in the season, when maybe some of our freshmen weren't getting the ball, they were a little mopey. And JoJo was up on that sideline grinding out, being a team player. And at the end of the game, when we started going to some of the direct snap, Wildcat stuff, he has some great runs and salts away the game. And that's the kind of maturity we need. I'm proud of JoJo for that. And, and there's a lot of other guys, but that's just one example of some guys being unselfish.
Mark, is it crazy to think that had a few things gone your way in Gainesville, you guys could be undefeated 2-0 going into South Carolina?
I'm proud that we gave ourselves a chance. I can't look back. It's frustrating. I had 2 weeks to beat myself up over that one, and that was tough enough. But we moved on, and I am proud that we gave ourselves a chance to win that game, and gives us something to build on as we move forward through the SEC.
Did you get a sense that the 1 yard, the Tolles run? Yeah,
I made the call to go for it. I didn't call that bad call. so we'll get that fixed. I'll get a good play in there next week.
So much focus on Sims, the returner, going into this. How did you think the kickoff?
We were motivated. Coach Nyver did a great job with that unit. We challenged them all week. We were going to mix it up a bit, but we were going to kick it deep. The first kickoff, we just shanked it a little bit. We were going deep left and right to him, and we were going to set the tone. And I thought the cover guys really rose to that challenge because he's obviously made a big impact the week before, and our guys were challenged by that and really were fired up and did a nice job with coverage, and Coach did a nice job just tweaking a few things, but most of it is getting off blocks and getting to the football.
Did J.D. Harmon sort of become the leader of that group?
He's one of them. It's in there. He's fired up and willing to help, and it's been good to get him involved more and more.
Be halfway there with 8 games to go. Do you let yourself think about a bowl game?
Oh no. I'm worried about. I got some family and friends in town. I'm worried about tomorrow, getting ready for next week. So no, we've got to get some things fixed, and that's that's part of it. For our team to think that we had been playing good and moved the ball pretty well in the swamp, and then come home and not play as good as we can. It's just a perfect example, for our team, that things don't go according to script all the time. You just got to keep on working and getting better, and our team is realizing that more and more.
Expanding on that means you're not keeping your eyes on the SEC East standings?
Well, if we go one game at a time and do good, if we prepare and gives ourselves an opportunity to win the next game, then we'll worry about the next one after that. And that's been our approach, and no matter who we're playing, that's it.
Early thoughts on South Carolina, what challenges they present?
Well, Coach Spur's a fantastic coach that won a bunch of ball games, and he's just one of those guys that always finds ways to move the football, and his teams always play with a lot of confidence and a lot of toughness, and so it'll be a real challenge. He's been there a long time building that program to where they're a contender in the SEC every year, and so we'll be up for a real challenge.
This team where you thought it would be at this point, or where you hoped you would be at this point?
Yeah, I'm pleased with the progression. We're not, you know, I've said that over and over. We're not perfect. We're far from it. We're a work in progress, but they really have a good attitude, and they've really prepared. And I know I say that over and over, but that's where it's all done. I mean, what are we doing all week to put ourselves in a position to win games?
Is it fair to say that the way you guys played in the second half, you probably lose this game last year?
Maybe. You know, I don't know. You know, but I think it's safe to say that there was no way, you know, anybody on that sideline believed we were going to lose that game.
When you were running out the clock here in the final few minutes, were you thinking about the Vandy game last year when they were running out the clock?
No, not at all. No.
What was Patrick like after some of those mistakes coming back into the huddle?
Oh, he was. It was frustrating, I think, to him, and you know, he wasn't as sharp as he's been. I think you all have watched an awful lot of football, and you've seen an awful lot of quarterbacks that have been on point and then maybe not have their best day. And again, that's not always on them. It's protection, it's route running, it's play calling. It's a lot of things. So we can never put all that on the quarterback. And you know, I think he'd be the first to tell you sometimes the quarterbacks get maybe too much credit and too much blame. And there's a lot of ingredients there. And Patrick will bounce back. You know, he did some good things. I think early on, outside of the pick, he had an awful lot of completions. I think his completion percentage in the first half was extremely high, just through the pick and then the drop balls. So, you know, all in all, you know, there's just a lot of mistakes. Even the muff punt late, you know, that's even some things we got to coach up better on that too. It's my fault. That should have really told me get away from it if it's not a clean punt, not a perfect punt. Just get away from it, because really we just had to salt it away at that point.
On defense, was there a key to that first half success you've had all year carrying over in the second half?
Pardon me?
On defense, was there a key to that first half success you've had all year carrying over into the second half?
Yeah, there was. You know, it was a point for us to finish the game. In all sides, we tried to do that, but certainly defensively, you know, we needed to step up and finish, and it was great. Yeah, I guess that it was a shutout, wasn't it? We just can't seem to get one. Something always going to happen. So,
yeah, time for two more.
You laughed a little bit when they brought up the whole bad boys thing.
Yeah.
Are they starting to earn?
Hey, whatever it takes to get an attitude about them, and I'm never going to put a damper on their enthusiasm, you know. But you know, I'm never going to lie to them either. You know, I tell them pretty much the way it is, and I like the way they're playing. I like their attitude, and they mean well. And I've said it, they've got a good heart, and they really played with a good mind today. And you play with a good mind and a good heart, and you got a good chance to play defense. And so, you know, we played with great passion, but I thought we were pretty smart in most of the things we did today as well.
Mark, when they were reviewing that Timmons touchdown, did you look?
I was a little worried, yeah. They say it was close. So, hey, you know, I just keep on telling myself, my wife keeps on telling me, you just hang in there, they're going to come your way sooner or later. So maybe that was why. So,
Mark, could you talk about Nick Haynes playing and Cole Mosier not starting?
Yeah, Cole was banged up throughout the week, and so he didn't get the practice reps that he needed to. And he got in there some, but didn't have as many reps. And Nick's been doing some good things, and he was healthy and you know, played well from what I can tell. I don't know.
All right,
I watched the film. Okay, thank you.